What's up everyone, Daniel Rodriguez here, and welcome to my non-spoiler review for Bad Santa 2. This film stars Billy Bob Thornton, Tony Cox, Christina Hendricks, Kathy Bates, and a few other actors and actresses. In this review, I'm going to be giving you guys my pros, cons, final score, and telling you whether or not you guys should check this out on rental, wait for TV/streaming, or maybe just never see this movie at all. Now, describing the story of Bad Santa 2 without spoiling anything. Well, picture Bad Santa 1. Now, just add a 2 on it. Add Willie's mom, Billy Bob Thornton's character. Add Willie's mom, and heist, like the first one. There you go. Starting off with the pros, Bad Santa himself, Billy Bob Thornton, is great in this film. It just feels like he's been waiting to do this for a long time, or at least to me. And finally, because I enjoy Bad Santa, the first one, a lot, and seeing him in here again, this is what he does best. Cursing to other people and calling people names and smoking cigarettes and drinking beer and doing the liquor and just going everywhere around town and being just a horrible person in general. And that's what Billy Bob, I know it sounds weird, but that's what Billy Bob Thornton does best, and he is amazing at it. And he returns as Willie, and it's like Willie hasn't learned nothing since Bad Santa 1. Almost like Anchorman 2. Like, Ron Burgundy is still the same Ron Burgundy in Anchorman 2. It's like Derek Zoolander. He's still the same guy from Zoolander 1 to Zoolander 2. Well, Willie is the same Bad Santa from Bad Santa 1 to Bad Santa 2. They haven't learned anything. With what, a decade later from the sequel, they have not learned jack shit. Something nobody has to worry about is that this film is hilarious. Now, while the story may not be the best, it is hilarious. Every 20 seconds you're going to laugh. Tony Cox has some great jokes in there. Billy Bob Thornton has great jokes. Merman Thurman is back, the weird kid with the hair and the boogers from the first one. Yeah, the kid that Willie was always with all the time. Well, he has returned in here as well. That's in the trailers. Merman Thurman is back. I believe it's the same actor who played Merman Thurman in the first one. He's great in here as well. It changes shifts. It's like a very emotional story with them, and then it changes shifts from like that family perspective to a heist perspective, which is really cool as well. But going back to how hilarious it is, it's also gross. And of course, Bad Santa 1 had a few gross moments. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm a little kid, it's so gross. No, nothing like that. But I mean, it's gross to a point where there are certain scenes where it goes over the edge. And I think that's what sequels do best most of the time, is they go a little bit over the edge, even for a Bad Santa film. And what I mean by over the edge is Kathy Bates in this film. I love Kathy Bates, man. I love her in Misery and American Horror Story. I mean, she is one of the greatest actresses of all time, and she's killing it in every season of American Horror Story so far. She's fantastic. But in this film, like, she's to an extent, she's good and cool and like, oh, this is a cool idea, but then it turns sour. It really turns sour after a while, and the gross is the good thing, but to an extent, and then Kathy Bates just kind of goes way overdone. You could have liked Kathy Bates in this film. Good for you. For me, I found her extremely annoying. So yes, Kathy Bates is part of my cons, but let me get finished with the pros first. Like I said, Merman Thurman's in here, awesome. Christina Hendricks, she has some really cool scenes in here. Some scenes are a little slow and dragged out, and some scenes are like, but there are a few scenes in here where it's like, that's enough to buy the Blu-ray right there. Yes, sir, buying them Blu-rays. That's for her. But no, Christina Hendricks is really nice in here. She's pretty cool. Kind of her side person or her person she's working with, that's kind of like a meh storyline. The little side storylines that you just don't mix. It don't mix well. Don't go good well. But for the most part, Christina Hendricks is really good. And a good add-on to the franchise. Like I said, even though it's hilarious, the story is not the greatest. dragging on after a while, cliched. It is cliched like a sequel usually is, but it's very predictable. You know what's going to happen basically because it's a heist. And, oh, Kathy Bates is here. Woo! You know, Willie's mom and Tony Cox is back, you know. There's going to be some racist jokes. There's going to be some midget jokes. All this good stuff there and there. And then you know it's predictable. Not as in the jokes, but as in what's going to happen in the story. It's pretty obvious when you put 2 and 2 together. And I don't know about you, I know some people like heist movies, and I've seen enough heist movies where it's like, no more. I've already seen the heist films before, and this is another heist film, just like the first one of Bad Santa 1, now it's Bad Santa 2, and I'm thinking, like, I thought the sequel would be different. I thought they would do something else and not do a heist thing, but they just did the same thing, basically. Also, going back to the pacing, it did drag on for multiple minutes in certain scenes. Certain scenes could have been shortened down a little bit. Other scenes were kind of like, come on. This is I know a feature film needs to be like 80 minutes or something like that, or 90 minutes. But let me tell you, this storyline easily is a 40-minute storyline. And they drag it out to, like, I think it was an hour and a half technically, but it made it feel like it was almost 2 hours long. Or was it 2 hours long? I don't know. It felt like it was 2 hours long. Like the first act, it's like, welcome back to Bad Santa. Welcome back to this universe. Here's all the characters. That was great. The second act, get into the meat and potatoes a little bit, and then we meet a few new characters and stuff like that. We start to raise our storyline up a little bit. That's alright. The third act is kind of where it just falls all over the place, and there's this and there's that, and that's not working, this ain't working, okay, that works, that doesn't work, and it just kind of, the ending's good. Let me tell you, the last 20 seconds of the film is awesome, but before that, and what happens with the heist and this and that, I didn't care. I just didn't care for it. Really, to describe Bad Santa 2, it's not a good film, but it's not a bad film. It's just mediocre. Mediocre. I recommend that you guys, if you haven't seen it yet in theater, it's been out of theaters for a very long time, but if you guys, definitely, if you guys are patient enough, I'd say Bad Santa 2 is worth watching on TV, when it shows up on TV within the next few years. I'm going to go ahead and give Bad Santa 2 a 5.5 out of a 10. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack that like button. You can comment down below to me what you guys thought about Bad Santa 2. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Was it better than Bad Santa 1? Personally, I think it had a lot of fun moments in there. It was hilarious. The story did not deliver. It got dry by the end of the film. But Bad Santa 1 still is better than Bad Santa 2 to a certain extent, as usual. Share this video with your friends and hit that subscribe button for more movie reviews every single week, 2017 and beyond. Till next time, bye-bye.